After 15 years, my sister finally told me the truth. Not in anger, not in tears. Just quietly, like it had been sitting on her chest for a very long time. She said it while we were alone in the kitchen. The same kitchen where we grew up. The same table where we once did homework together. The same sink where our mother used to wash dishes while humming softly. "I never meant for it to go this far," she said. Her voice was low, almost tired. I remember looking at her hands instead of her face. They were shaking. Not much, just enough to notice. In that moment, I felt something strange. Not anger, not relief. It felt like grief that had been waiting for permission to breathe. For 15 years, I had lived with a question I stopped asking out loud. I learned how to smile around it, how to sleep beside it, how to tell myself it no longer mattered. But when she spoke those words, everything I buried quietly came back. The confusion, the loneliness, the way my life turned in a direction I never chose. And still, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. I just listened. Because some truths don't arrive with noise. They arrive like a slow rain, soft, heavy, impossible to ignore. This is the story of what she hid, and what it cost both of us. I am the older sister, only by 3 years, but it always felt like more. Growing up, people used to say I was the quiet one, the responsible one, the one who thought too much. My sister, Emily, was different. She spoke easily, laughed loudly, made friends wherever she went. Our parents used to joke that we balanced each other. That where I was careful, she was brave. Where I was soft, she was strong. When our mother died, everything changed. I was 24. Emily was 21. Our father didn't know how to be alone. He tried, but grief made him distant. The house became quieter than it had ever been. After the funeral, people slowly stopped coming by. Food stopped arriving. Cards stopped showing up in the mail. Life moved forward. But something inside our home stayed frozen. Emily and I leaned on each other then. At least, I thought we did. We cooked together, watched old shows, talked late into the night about things we planned to do one day. She wanted to leave town. I wanted to stay close to home. I had just started a job at a small office nearby. Nothing special, but it felt stable. Emily talked about opportunities, big cities, fresh starts. I encouraged her, even when it scared me, because that's what sisters do. They support each other. Or at least, that's what I believed. The first change was small. Emily stopped sharing things with me. She would take phone calls in another room, lower her voice when I entered, smile in a way that didn't reach her eyes. I told myself I was imagining it. Grief makes people strange. That's what I said to myself. Then one afternoon, my father called me into the living room. He sat in his chair, hands folded, eyes heavy. "I think it's best if you start looking for a place of your own," he said. The words didn't make sense at first. I worked nearby. I paid my share. I took care of the house. I asked him why. He hesitated, then said, "Emily feels it's time." That sentence stayed with me for years. Emily feels it's time. I didn't confront her right away. I didn't want conflict. I didn't want to believe something was wrong. When I finally asked her, she avoided my eyes. "I just think we both need space," she said. I nodded, even though my chest felt tight. I moved out 2 months later. Life didn't fall apart all at once. It slowly drifted. Emily left town soon after. Calls became shorter, then less frequent. I told myself we were just busy, that this was normal. But holidays felt different. Birthdays felt lonely. Family dinners felt incomplete. And always, there was that quiet question I never asked again. Why did she push me away? Years passed. I married, divorced, worked, moved again. Emily built a life somewhere else. A good one, from what I could see. We stayed polite, kind, distant. Sometimes I wondered if I had done something wrong, if I had failed her somehow. I replayed conversations in my head, looked for mistakes, looked for signs, but nothing ever made sense. When our father passed away, Emily came back home. We stood side by side at the service, two grown women, strangers with the same last name. Afterward, she asked if we could talk. That's how we ended up in the kitchen. 15 years later, the place where everything began. We sat at the kitchen table like we used to. 2 cups of tea between us, neither of us drinking. The clock on the wall was ticking, slow, loud, in the silence. Emily took a deep breath. "There's something I should have told you a long time ago," she said. I didn't answer. I just nodded. She looked at the window instead of me. "Do you remember when Dad asked you to move out?" Of course I remembered. I remembered every detail. "Yes," I said softly. She swallowed. I asked him to. The words landed gently, but they were heavy. I felt my chest tighten, but I stayed still. After 15 years, I had learned how to sit with pain quietly. She continued. "I told him you were unhappy, that you wanted your own place, that you felt stuck here." I stared at her. None of that was true. "I was scared," she said. "Scared you'd stay and I'd never leave. Scared I'd always be the younger one, the one living in your shadow." Her voice cracked, just a little. I had an opportunity back then, a job offer, but it came with conditions. I needed freedom. I needed the house to feel lighter. I waited, and I thought, if you left, it would be easier for me to go. My hands rested in my lap. They felt numb. "You could have talked to me," I said. "I know," she whispered, "but I was afraid you'd convince me to stay, and I didn't want to stay." That was the moment something inside me shifted. Not anger, not hate, just a deep, quiet sadness. Because I finally understood. "For years," she said, "I told myself I did the right thing, that you were strong, that you'd be fine." I remembered all the nights I wasn't fine, all the moments I wondered what I had done wrong. "I watched your life from a distance," she said. "Your marriage, your divorce, your moves, period." She finally looked at me. "And every time something went wrong for you, I thought maybe this is my fault." I breathed out slowly. "Why tell me now?" I asked. She paused. "Because I'm tired," she said. "Tired of carrying it. And because Dad is gone. There's no one left to protect the lie." The word lie echoed in the room. "I never hated you," she said quickly. "I was just selfish." Her honesty hurt more than anger ever could. We didn't hug. We didn't cry together. We just sat there. Sometimes healing doesn't come with grand gestures. Sometimes it comes with truth and time. "I don't know what to do with this," I finally said. "I don't expect forgiveness," she replied. "I just needed you to know." That night, I stayed alone in my old bedroom. The walls felt smaller than I remembered. I thought about the years I lost, the choices I made thinking I wasn't wanted. And I realized something painful. Even without her lie, life would have been hard. but at least I would have known the truth. The next morning, we had breakfast quietly. Nothing was fixed, but something was lighter. Before she left, Emily stopped at the door. "I'm sorry," she said again, not dramatically, just honestly. I nodded. I know. Forgiveness didn't arrive that day, but understanding did. And sometimes, that's the first step. People think betrayal always comes from enemies, but sometimes it comes from love mixed with fear. I don't tell this story to make my sister look bad. I tell it because secrets don't disappear. They just wait. If you are holding a truth inside, afraid of what it might break, remember this. Silence breaks things too. And if you are the one who was pushed away, remember this. Not every rejection is about your worth. Some are about someone else's fear. After 15 years, the truth finally came. Late, quiet, but real. And that was enough to let me breathe again.